Hey everyone, good morning. Welcome to PA Live, or good evening, depending on where in the world you are. Hi, for those who are joining in for the first time, I'm Sammy, and it is Monday morning. There is not enough coffee. Monday morning on Blur's Day. Hopefully you can all hear me. Good morning. It's wonderful to see so many people in the chat. So hi Connie, Tabs, Erin, Heather, Tammy, Vicky, Laura, Charmaine, Molly, Anne, Karen, Lisa, Kristen, Brenda, Heather, Diane, Katie, Yvonne, Donna, a whole bunch of our regulars, Mudhut. Hi everyone. And Kelly, hi everyone. It's wonderful to see you all. And not feel so lonely on this Monday morning. I am okay. Truth time. I did start off the day with a migraine. So I'm doing my best today. I apologize if I am not completely with it. The light feels so much brighter today. So if I'm not looking at the camera a lot, it's because my head is very sore. Oh, hi Jamie and Julie and Veronica, Marianne. So I do apologize if I get a little bit squinty. I'm doing my best. Yeah. So, good morning. Okay, so today is, let's have a look. It's the 31st of August. I didn't realize it's so late in the month. That's okay. This year I'm so conflicted about this year. This year has obviously been crazy. But like it feels like it's dragging on, but at the same time, I don't understand how it's already almost September. So I am shocked at that. Like, how does that even? Yeah. Anyway, okay. So I had a quick chat to Michael. Michael's popped out, and I am expecting a courier as per usual. So I do apologize if I have to run off very briefly and deal with that. So I will keep you all updated as we go along. Hi Pearl, yes, I just did start. So the updates from Michael today. So he did have a couple of very important updates, and I'm going to put them up on the website for you all to see. They're sort of important, but, well, they are important, but it's kind of... It's another shipping update. I am so over shipping updates. Not just me as a shop owner, but me as a customer. I'm so sick of seeing shipping stuff everywhere. I'm so just... Tell us how you really feel, Sammy. Well, it sucks. So the shipping update is... Michael said, and he's contacted DHL to find out where the actual issue is. But he said that the tracking numbers aren't being supplied to him, not even once I get to New Zealand at the moment. Sometimes he's getting a tracking number after it's been delivered. Now, after they've been fulfilled. So the issue with that is... fulfillment in our website, even though we use Shopify, and I know that a lot of overseas customers use plugins that make shipping really easy. Unfortunately, though, none of those plugins deal with our Australian post vendors. So and post from Australia is already quite expensive. So we don't use those. So fulfillment and running orders, especially because we have our subscription orders and we have our non-subscription orders, they're very different kettles of fish that we have to manually process here. So the issue is fulfillment is also a very manual process. So it does take a while to do. Now, we can batch run a fulfillment, but we have to wait until we've got all the fulfillment information, i.e. tracking, for all the overseas. So DHL gives us tracking information as a big cluster, like a big file. Australia Post doesn't do that. They're not so helpful with the tracking, which is why it doesn't automatically update in Shopify. But overseas, we generally get a whole bunch of tracking orders back. Now, the problem is that when we don't get USA tracking details for ages, which is what's happening now, sometimes we don't get it for 3 or 4 weeks, we can't say that it's fulfilled on our website without the tracking numbers, because then we get a whole bunch of emails asking where the tracking number is, and we obviously don't have it. The flip side of that is it also looks like your order hasn't been fulfilled when it actually was fulfilled weeks ago. So it's exceptionally frustrating because we're stuck in this. It's not our wrongdoing, but we're stuck in the middle of this. Do we fulfill orders and then not have information? And then when we have to wait for people to contact us, which is going to give us more customer service, and then have to fulfill everyone individually manually, which will take longer than a day? Or do we hold back the fulfillment and once we have the information, put it in? So it's 2020. Are we using that as like a swear word yet? It's 2020. It's really made life difficult for not just us. Other shop owners are having the same problems. I'm seeing the same thing in all groups that I'm in, and not just planner groups. So all groups in terms of shipping. So Michael has told me to say that even though something looks like it hasn't been fulfilled, it probably has. Now, just on that, we are running a touch behind fulfillments. Not on the kits. The kits are all up to date, but all the additional orders. We had Lockie home sick last week for the whole week. So when Lockie's home, it basically throws home life into chaos because we have to keep an eye on him pretty much most of the time. He is getting a little bit easier, but he has very high needs. So the time that I would normally spend more time designing and that Michael would spend more time doing customer service and processing orders and packing orders, we lost a lot of that extra time last week. So packing, shipping is running behind. But he's promised that, because Lockie went back to school today, he's okay. He's trying to catch up on it all this week. He literally printed out 2 huge rolls of orders to start packing today. So they are happening. And I think that, I don't know if that brings him up to date or pretty close to up to date once he gets those out and shipped. So thank you very much for your patience and understanding during the times of Rona. I should make that a segment on here because I talk about the times of Rona all the time. And I actually said to Indy the other day, when you're my age and if you decide to have kids, they're going to say to you, Mummy, were you alive when the Rona was here? And you'll be like, yeah, I was. And I said, what are you going to say to them? She goes, that we were trapped inside a lot, but, that's just life. I'm like, oh, honey. Feels. Yeah, we're catching up as best we can, given that we had a sick little one at home. Oh, and the other thing he also said, so the other update from Michael was he's getting emails in customer service which is saying, this is my 4th email to you, and it's like they haven't seen our replies. So he's had a look at we run software that manages our help requests, because we were getting so many, which is the one that gives you the FAQ and all that sort of stuff. He found a switch in that and he's not sure. He's just changed something in that, and hopefully it comes through more to you all. But he thinks what's been happening is things have been going into spam and into the junk folders, and because he is replying, but the replies mustn't be being seen. So if you're waiting on a reply for him, please check your junk and spam mail folders. Hopefully whatever he changed in the settings fixes the issue this week. I hope he hopes too, because he's like, I'm getting so much, like, so many people are saying, well, why haven't you replied? And he's like, I have. So the poor guy. So he's doing his best to catch up on shipping, customer service. Lockie's back at school. I'm trying to catch up on all my design work. It has just been hectic, but good. So I've sort of been on the tail end of still being not so well. So I mean, it's just dragging on. My doctors are trying to. They know that I'm a bit of a workaholic, so they're trying to get me back up to normal as quickly as possible, so that I can be my best for you all. Y'all. Can I say y'all? I love the word y'all, and I love my American friends who use it. I'm going to use it. They even sent me a mug, a redone mug with "Hey y'all" on it, and I love it. I digress. Okay, so that is Michael's updates. He's honestly doing a wonderful job, and this morning he saw that I wasn't feeling well, and he bought me some painkillers this morning. He's like, I'll get the kids to school, just chill out, try and get rid of the headache. And then I came down, he's like, are you doing your life today? I'm like, I don't know, see how I'm feeling in half an hour. So I really hung back on just confirming today, because I really, really was sort of under the weather and literally under the blanket today. Okay. Whew, what's next? Next. Sunday roast! Yay! Hold on, I'm just gonna have a drink. Oh, let me get rid of this. Okay, so Sunday roast. Shipping. Am I pointing at it? Hold on. Doot, doot. The 15th to the 18th of September, it is still on track to ship then. We're just waiting on our washi to arrive, but I have more previews for you today. And I'm so excited to show you, because this is pretty much... So last week, was I on last week? I can't remember the weeks. Last week, or the week before, whenever it was, I showed all the... I think it was the week before, because I think last week I said I'm waiting on customs to clear. So customs cleared, we got a lot of our goodies. So today I'm going to show you all the stuff that we received during that shipment. We're still waiting on washi. Pardon me. Hopefully that will be here this week, and I can show you next week because it's so pretty. So anyway, I'm going to show you that video now, and I'll be back after. And please keep writing all your questions and things like that, because I will check them at the end of the show and tell, and I'll come back and talk to you all about those in a few minutes. Hold on. The brain is ticking over. Here we go. Oh, let me get rid of that. This is the problem when you've got to be the on camera person and the off camera tech person. Here we go. We've had a bunch of new goodies arrive for our Sunday roast kit, so I'm going to walk you through them right now. So we have our die cuts, our art card, our stamps, our vellum and acetate, and our glorious pen. So let's start off with the pen. So we've got, say, a whole bunch of beautiful jewels. So you've got the blues, the yellows, the greens, and the teals in a gorgeous green barrel and gold hardware. It's absolutely fresh and really brings out all the gorgeous tones in this kit. The stamps, we've got our main girl up the top. Our main girl, if you missed it this month, is called Jane. And so she's obviously featured in the stamps. We've got a whole bunch of really cute, very functional stamps in this set. So you've got your measuring, you've got this, you've got this on the menu stamp, crushed it. Menu, yum, made with love. You got this rating stamped down the bottom as well from the kitchen of. You've got your mixer and some jars, your scales, some of the herbs, some lemon, and a whole bunch of other goodies. And then down the bottom here, you've got a little tile maker to match the rest of the kit. So I'm really excited to see what patterns. Oh, and you've also got the extra stars separate there as well. I'm really excited to see what everybody makes with this, because I think it's super versatile. And it works not only for deco, but also functional as well. Next up, I'm going to run you through all the die cuts. So there's a whole bunch in this pack, and you'll notice when you pull it out of your kit this month that it is jammed packed full. Okay, so we have, obviously, Jane. She's in there. There she is. She's ready to do some cooking. And then we've got this oil... I'm trying to think, oil bottle, a wooden spoon, a jar. I believe there might be another jar. Oh, a jar. And then we've got the, let me grab this one out, the set of jars as well. We've got some herbs. I can't remember which this one is, to be honest. And I think there's another couple. Okay, so the herbs, we've got this one, that one, and these guys. Oops, sorry. Keep forgetting where my camera is. Those three there. And then we've got those gorgeous scales and a oven mitt and the spoon, and there's a knife and fork in here somewhere too. Here they are, the knife and fork. And we've got this gorgeous roast. And to be honest, making this kit has made me so hungry, especially when you look at how gorgeously watercolored this artwork is too. I've added in a wreath. So the reason, and this is really sizable too, the reason why I made it quite large is for those who want to make a cooking book out of it. This would be a great book plate with someone's name in the middle of it too. We have a set of utensils, a lemon, and we've got some plates, a salt and pepper shaker. So obviously you could see all these beautiful colors, a mixer and the measuring cups, and our gorgeous art card is in the back of it. Home is where the food is, and you've got this roast, this sort of layout, like a table layout as well. So really love how well that came together. Now, last off in this preview today is our vellum and acetate. So you'll remember this print on the acetate, on the vellum. It's slightly different to the paper. So this one doesn't have the reds in it, and it actually perfectly matches the pen as well. This is probably my favorite paper of the kit. And I'll be using a couple of sheets of this as I lay out my planner. So for me, the additional paper pack this month is a must. Also because you get this gorgeous, let's see if we could see that here. So you've got all the different herbs on there, and they're all named as well. So we've got this paper as a standard paper as well that's all coloured in the kit. But this is just a beautifully foiled version of that. So that's some more previews for today. I hope you loved it. I hope you love this kit. I hope it's not making you as hungry as it's making me. And we'll have more previews once the wash. Actually, I have one more thing. It's just been dropped on my desk. It's the mystery item. So the mystery item, seeing how much you will love our notepads, I had to include one for this kit. So, and what better of a mystery item is a shopping list notepad. I mean, cooking, shopping list, it just made sense this month. And it's turned out wonderfully. We've got that pattern in the background with a whole bunch of delicious foods at the bottom too. So I hope you really enjoyed this mystery item and this preview, and I'll have more to show for you hopefully next week when the washi arrives. So that was the latest batch of previews for Sunday Roast. I hope that you love them. I love seeing the comments. It's turned out to be a beautiful, beautiful kit. I need to sit down and play with my stamps. When I design my stamps, I have a whole bunch of really great ideas on how to use them and how to make patterns and all these ideas, and because I mock them up digitally as a pattern and a whole bunch of things when I'm designing. And then half the time, by the time the kits roll in, I'm too busy working on like future kits and I don't actually get to play with them. I need to play with them more. You know what I need to do? I need to do like, okay, and I keep spitballing this because I need to do, don't worry, I haven't forgotten about the Michael's Box Planner Party. That is still coming, and I know I keep saying that. The reason why I keep putting it off is because I've just ordered a piece of equipment from the States, which is going to make it super, super easier for me to do these sorts of things and my videos and all that. I'm just waiting for it to arrive, so it should have been here by now. And then I'm thinking, I'm like, what can I do to make myself accountable for to actually do my planning and all that sort of stuff? Because, like, if I'm completely honest, my planning, not my list making, making takes priority, but my planning every week, like if I am stressed, which is really when I should be planning because it's a really good stress relief for me, but that's the first thing to go for me. It's like, okay, I don't have time to sit down and craft because craft/plan because I feel like that's me fun time. And I always feel like I've got business stuff or work stuff that needs to happen first, or kids stuff or life stuff that needs to happen first. I feel like, and lately I've been like having on the background because I love, while I'm designing, watching Plan With Me's and all that sort of stuff. And lately I've been watching like streaming people Animal Crossing, like streaming Animal Crossing playing and stuff like that. And I'm like, that's what I should do. I should just have like this random stream, like I do my live streams here, but I should do one for like planning, and whoever wants to join in on me, you can see the hot mess that is me just like randomly planning. The only problem with me doing that is I'm literally like, oh, this looks good, and I'll do it like, oh, I really don't like that, or I really hate my handwriting. And a lot of the times when I do a video like that, I'll pre-design it and then do it on the camera so I don't look like I'm struggling with what to put down. But I'm like, well, if I'm just having like making it up as I go, so literally it's a plan with me, just, you know, joining me while I plan and fluff around with my supplies, maybe people might be interested in watching that, and maybe it would keep me accountable. The only other issue is the main time I like to do that is when it's just me and Lockie home, because he draws next to me while I plan, and that's done in the kitchen on the dining table because that's where he feels comfortable drawing. And I definitely can't set up out there because it may end up being thrown on the floor. So anyway, I'm trying to think about ways that I can incorporate some more planning time and some more fun, like just ways to keep in touch with you all, because I think that could be fun. I don't know. You probably all see me waffle off enough in these lives, let alone having another one. Or maybe what I should do is I should change one of my weekly Monday lives to a planning live. Because I guess at least every month there's always one week where I don't really have much to show. So maybe I could do that as a monthly planner set up for the month previous. I don't know. Let me know what you think about that. Okay, and then I could show like what I think about the stamps. And anyway, as you can see, I've still got my lights set up. I have been filming some extra stuff. I've been doing some tutorials for that. Yeah, I've been doing some tutorials. I've got a really, really cool one coming out, which I think you're all going to love. I've just created a new video logo, which took me forever. I am not good on the animation, but I think I did okay. And then I've already cropped the video, done my voiceover, and that's daunting. And then I've got to listen to myself. So that's going to be coming out. I want to do a whole bunch of videos which are not live videos, but they're more sort of like flip throughs and things like that. So I guess I could do the planning and then show the flip through as an actual video later. Maybe that's a good idea. Okay, let's see how my timetable works. If I can catch up on all my work, then I'll work out how to work them into once a month. I feel like I just dobbed myself in for more work. But that shouldn't be work. That plan with me, planning. Oh, Brenda, I like that. Planning live. Maybe if I think of it as it's not work, it's just me actually dedicating time to myself and having fun. Okay, somebody's just, where was it? Zoom, Heather. The only problem with that is sometimes I find crafting and all the choice and making the wrong decision really daunting. So if I had so many people in my ear as I'm doing it, I would either just block it out or just like, and I sort of drop my guard down a lot when I craft. It's hard because during these lives, you've got your on-screen self, so I've got to be more my on-screen self, and I don't want to talk about things that are really getting me down, even though I've brought up shipping earlier. The human side of things. Although I have to admit, when I did my recording, for this tutorial I'm going to release hopefully this week, I completely screwed up something, and I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I screwed this up, and I cut it out of my original edit. And I'm like, no, you know what? Every time I do a blooper or I screw something up, you all seem to love that it's like we all do the same thing, because I'm like, I am a very, very imperfect person. So I ended up adding that back in to the video, but put some tips on how to avoid it for everybody else watching at home. So I can't wait to show that. I'm getting a lot of people loving the Planner Stream Planning Live ideas. So I love Tammy. My husband says that because this is in an anonymous group, Planners Anonymous, it must be a support group for planners. Man, humor. That's funny. Actually, side note, the Planners Anonymous came from the girl Peony, who's on the front of our kit. So because she's anonymous and we wanted the girls, so that's why one of the reasons why they had the lash eye in the early kits was because it was to keep them more anonymous looking. So that's where that whole tie-in happens. It's not a support group tie-in, although I can understand why people think that. But that's where that came from, because I did get asked that not so long ago. Okay, what's next? So Sunday roast. I'm like a fruit fly this morning. I'm so sorry. Sunday roast is on track. It's all going well. I will show the washi once it arrives. I have been sharing sneak peeks on Instagram and the Facebook group. Depending on what time I finish this and if Michael is still packing, I will do some Instagram videos, because I've got to film them separately to the YouTube videos, because YouTube videos this way and Instagram videos this way. It's really annoying. So anyway, I will add that to my ever-growing list of things I need to do. Okay, next up. What's next? Show and tell. Oh my goodness. There was so many amazing projects online this week. I mean, the last few, just give me 2 seconds. I'm just gonna have to, is this the right one? No, this one. Just gonna turn that down a little bit. It's that headache starting to come back. The last few weeks, months, you have all given me so much inspiration for, hopefully that light is still enough for you all to see clearly, because I've just had to turn it down a little bit. You've all given me so much inspiration, so I want to share a whole bunch of show and tells that have come through, and yeah, they're just absolutely, please keep sharing them. They're absolutely wonderful. And yeah, here we go. Let's get me off camera. Hold on, where are we? Okay. Just bear with me. I'm just going to turn my light off. Okay, so the first one, so we had a whole bunch of Woodland Wonders. I'm so happy that Woodland Wonders is starting to get out faster to you all. It's been wonderful to see so many of the kits arrive so much quicker than what they normally did. So I've got a bunch of Woodland Wonders things to show. So the first one is by Louise, and Louise did this awesome spread with a whole bunch of stickers from the additional well, it's a whole bunch of stickers, the washi, like everything. But one of the points that Louise said in our group was, you know, there are so many stickers in this kit. And I said, yeah, so there's two reasons why I put in so many stickers. The first one is because if there's something that you don't love that's a sticker in there, I mean, if you lose if you take out a sheet of, or the equivalent of a sheet of stickers, then it doesn't matter because you're still getting amazing value for money in the additional sticker kit. And secondly is I wanted to have enough stickers so that you could literally deck out a month's worth in your planner. So that's the other reason why there's so much in that additional sticker kit. And I really want to make it absolutely irresistible for people that you feel like you have to have the additional sticker kit. So I always put more, is that the courier? I always put more art into the additional sticker kit that you won't see anywhere else in the kits. So thank you, Louise, for sharing that and for your comments on that. Secondly, we have one by, I'm going to try and pronounce your name, and I apologize if I get it wrong, but it's a seagull. And it looks like it's a Hobonichi weekly layout, and I love it. What weekend? It's so cute, and I hope you had fun sewing those masks. And I love your little 15 minutes. Is it a 15-minute tracker? So you got read, craft, sort, declutter. I need to do that myself. I love your do, your buy. It's brilliant. And actually, hold on, I've just noticed you've used our phone as headers. That is so cool. I love that. Way to go for thinking outside the box on that one. Next one is from Lugette's. Hopefully I'm saying that right. I really enjoy saying it. Lugette's Crafty. And they've done some Woodland Wonders cards. Give me 2 seconds. So they've done some Woodland Wonders cards and they look so sweet. So they've turned out really great. They're so vibrant, so full of colour. And I love seeing, I mean, anybody who's watched me for a while, you know that I'm a crafter, especially a card maker from a long, long time ago. So I love seeing when people are also making cards out of what we have in our kits. So thank you so much for sharing that. The next one is from Colour Me Happy, and it's a Woodland Wonders weekly layout. We've used a whole bunch of those stickers at the bottom from the additional sticker kit. It's just, and you've got the little minis who are peeping up over the top of the fence, and just so much good on here. Absolutely gorgeous. Next up is by Tanya, and they've done, so I wanted to show both of these off, but they've done a dashboard, and they've done it for last month and this month, and I love how they've included the little packed by sticker. Adorable. Absolutely love it, really. I love that those have almost like their own little following in the group. I really, really enjoy that. So that's wonderful. So I just got a message about how to pronounce that name, so I'm going to try and do that off camera. So thank you for that, because I want to try and get it right. Next up is, where are we? Next up is Forest Falls cards by Rhoda Scrap. Now, you all know Rhoda makes the most amazing cards. She's so creative. She takes me to school so often, and I absolutely love it. She's done 2 cards for Forest Falls. Now, this is using the Forest Falls digital kit, or I'm going to call it the creative kit. So last week on my live, I asked if people could share how they used it. So, because I'm currently revamping that kit and I wanted to see how you're all putting your creations together using that kit. So thank you to Rhoda and the next person I'm going to show after Rhoda who shared how they're using it, because it's great to see. This is the second card that Rhoda made, which I love. This whole Fall in Love with You. I love the leaves up the top and then the scene down. I love it all. I love it. Love. And then the other project is from Lisa. So Lisa used, and a big thank you to Lisa, who also put a video in. I can't share video on here. I can't add it in with the brackets around it. I'm hoping to upgrade my software to a different software soon, and I'll be able to add in videos and things like that a little bit easier. But I love this from Lisa. So Lisa used the digital kit and then showed how she did it all as well. So Lisa, thank you so much for taking the time to do a video and post that in our group. I really loved seeing how you've used that. And actually, I'm focused on this little don't forget panel because, true story, I've actually designed a section like this in one of my digital kits. So that gave me a really good giggle when I saw that somebody else had actually designed the same sort of, like, it's like a story, a story panel. So that gave me life. I love that. And I'm now really excited because I was like, is anybody going to use this? And then I saw this, I was like, yay! Next up is somebody else who's used the digital kit. So this is from Caroline, and she used the Babe It's Crisp, and I can't spell, Christmatus digital kit, and created a divider for her melody. 'Tis a season to be planning. Oh my gosh, I can't believe we're so close to Christmas. But I love that. So thank you as well. I know that's not the Forest Falls kit, but it's showing how you've used one of our, I know there's not many digital kits, so I wanted to see how people are using the digital kits so that I can make them even better. Okay, next up is a Love Bug weekly layout by Leslie. Leslie, this is so pretty. I love how busy but how not busy it is. Like it's clean. Your writing is gorgeous. I just love how it's really worked out. I love that you've got so many of the girls in there. I love the bunting across the top. Really well done. Next up is a it's using our Planners Anonymous Michael's collab box, and it's Jill has done it. It looks like it's in an EC, and they've used the monthly view, and there's some washi, the stickers. It's all looking great in there. So well done on that too. The next one is by Pearl. So Pearl has absolutely gorgeous calligraphy, and I love when she features them in with our artwork because it matches so well. So this looks like, so we've got a blossom washi at the top, and we've got a mixture of the Planners Anonymous Michael's kit, Planner Babe kit in there as well. And it looks like, I feel like that paper down the bottom is from the actual Planner Babe kit that we did. So I love mixing it up in there. Oh, and then there's the birdie too from the Blossom kit. Beautiful work, Pearl. Next up we have a Go Wild. Okay, Tabitha, this was awesome. So it's a Go Wild SoCal weekly layout. Now, because everything has changed with Go Wild, what they've done is they've done a little bit of sticker surgery and added in where the speakers' names were, the day, I think it was the day of the week, and they've used all the stamps down below. And I really loved how innovative this was, and I loved seeing, one of the things is it's like, well, it's really sad because I'm not seeing a lot of that being used. To put artwork out there that has, like, you would hope that people have used it and shared it by now. And because Go Wild got delayed, to no fault of Go Wild's, it's, Rona. It's just so wonderful to see people still using those artworks. especially when at the moment we're selling the Go Wild planner, again, our second stock of that too. Next up is from Louise, and you'll have to watch this. This is another video, but they've done a sticker album. They've used one of those cheap sticker albums that you can buy, and then put all their stamps in there. So obviously it must be the perfect size for stamps, which is great. I didn't actually plan that when I just decided the size of my stamps. I just wanted a stock standard size. So I'm really glad that it made it super easy to do that. And I'm actually thinking of going and buying some of those albums and making them for myself. So, because I think that's a really good way. Although I've got mine, I don't know. Oh, I was just pointing on camera and you obviously can't see that because the camera is not on me. Anyway, I'll show you after we flip back. Next one is a Sunflowers and Sunshine weekly layout, but also by Louise. Louise has been busy this week. This is gorgeous. I really loved. So the double box spread with the girl in the field of sunflowers is just life goals, especially this year. And I love how you've got the divider above it. I love that the minis are in there. I'm really, really enjoying this spread. And to be honest, that washi was one of my favorite washies of all time. Next we have from Martha, there's a Sail and Sea monthly layout. And I just love the simplicity of it. So, you know, even though there's heaps and heaps of stickers, heaps of artwork, heaps of die cuts, heaps of papers, you don't have to go all out on every single page. And I love the simplicity of this so that you can really focus on what matters in the month. Next up is from Esther, and they've done a weekly layout again with all this nice writing. See, this is the other reason why I'm nervous about doing a live streaming planning events, because my writing is horrible, which is why I create all the artwork and the pretties so that I can use that instead. And then I see everybody who posts and I have definite handwriting envy. So this is absolutely gorgeous. I love it. There's the washi there and the stickers and the art. So it looks like one of the die cuts as well. So really, really pretty. Next up is planning my day, and this, oh my gosh, this was the perfect use of Vineyard. I really love this kit. This kit I feel like never got enough love. I don't know. Well, maybe it was before I did the show and tell, so I wasn't seeing as much of it. But I really love just the way this is done. Again, complete handwriting envy, and also happy first birthday. Is it little Diana? Happy first birthday. Really love this layout. Okay, and lucky last, we have another gorgeous card from Rhoda. Hang in there, you're doing great. I'm like, that's just the whole, I guess the mantra of the Note to Self kit is literally just hang in there, you're doing great, you can get through it. And I feel like that's just like 2020 feels right now, is hang in there, you're doing great, we're all just surviving. So that was a whole bunch of show and tell. Remember, if you want to be featured next week, head on to our Facebook group or onto Instagram and use the hashtag PA show and tell, because if it doesn't have that hashtag, I'll probably fly straight over it, because I just do a search based on that hashtag. So thank you all so much for sharing. And yeah, I do that roughly Sunday night. Sometimes I'll check again Monday morning to see what I can find. So yeah, use that hashtag. I love seeing you sharing. I love seeing how you're doing it. And once again, if you wouldn't mind, if you've got the digital kits, show me how you're using them, because I really, really, really want to see how they're being used. Okay, so now I'm going to just go through and do a Q&A time. So I'm going to go through, read the comments that have come through, and just reply to them. So if you have any questions, write them in now and I will comment on them, because there is about a minute delay, and I'll get through all the bits and pieces that people have written. Okay. Hey. Oh, Karen, who's Itsy Crafty, received Celebrating Woodland Wonders this morning. Excited to unbox them. Woohoo! I hope you enjoy. It's super exciting. Oh, thank you, Veronica. Veronica said I look beautiful. Thank you. I was trying to make myself feel a little bit better because, yeah, I do have a headache. I've had to turn my lights down so that I could think. Sorry, my words are slowly degrading, so I'm going to have to get through this Q&A pretty quickly today because I think I need to get off camera and just chill out for a little bit as well. Love joining in on these weekly chats. Oh, thanks, Julie. I love seeing people in here and just that you want to come in here and have a chat of a week. And even, to be honest, sometimes I open up the YouTube chat before I'm on screen, and I love seeing everybody interacting together. I feel like there's just like this little real friendship group of people who watch this live every week, and it's just our little community. Hey. I should wear some sunglasses. Oh, Laura. Okay, when I worked in my corporate job, so I've been getting migraines for many, many years. This one day I was told that I couldn't miss a meeting. It was a very important meeting. It was on a project where I wasn't running the project, but I basically was because I was the one with all the knowledge behind the project. And I stupidly drove myself to work with a migraine, and I walked in, I had a hat on and I had sunglasses on, and I literally walked into this meeting and sat in the back, rock star style, and just like crossed my arms. My boss pulled me aside after and said, "What are you doing?" And I said, "You told me I couldn't have the morning off, so I'm here in Sunny's and I'm doing my thing, and I'll answer your questions, I'll do what I have to, but then I'm going home because I'm in so much pain." And he's like, "Oh, I didn't realize it was that bad." I'm like, yeah, and everything is so bright in the corporate office. So at least here, like, I have this light on because I was filming this morning, but otherwise I can make it quite dark except for my computer, so I can sort of just focus in on that and get through if I really have to. But yeah, rockstar. Rockstar Sammy. My boss didn't appreciate it, to be honest. I don't know how I ever survived in a corporate environment, to be honest. Okay, 2020, is it fast? Is it slow? We don't know. I know, right? That's so feels. I live in the States and received my Woodland Wonders so quickly. Yeah, I think I mentioned this earlier. I have no idea how they're getting there so quickly this month, but I'm so happy that things are finally starting to come through. Now, quickly, like back to normal. Now, that being said, just because you've received this month's kit doesn't mean that they're not still clearing backlog. And even stuff here in Australia, they're rerouting through Melbourne. Yesterday we were in a complete and utter panic because we had run out of our emergency stash for Lachlan's nappies. We thought we still had one, a bag of them left, and we didn't have them left. And Lockie didn't want to wear the next size up because they're not his spiderweb nappies. And we just had this. Michael went around to 6 different stores trying to find nappies. So we ended up finding 2 bags of them, which they're limited at the moment on how much you can buy. So he just grabbed them and... But, shipping is just messing up stuff everywhere. But I'm so glad that Woodland Wonders is getting to people so soon. That just... Oh, that's just the good news that I needed at the moment. Erin, honestly, I feel like anybody who's still complaining about shipping is living under a rock. Hello, we are 6 months into lockdown life. Where have you been? I feel that. I feel that in my bones. But also at the same time, there's new issues that weren't around. So hopefully we're all relatively used to slow shipping now. But we're not used to tracking not updating. So that's a relatively new issue. And like Michael said this morning, he doesn't know whether it's a USPS issue or if it's a DHL issue, but he has asked DHL what's going on, and hopefully we'll have an answer or at least an update on that somewhat soon, because I'm sure it's not just us asking. Okay. Can I recommend a couple of brands of sticker paper to use on Christmas stickers? Charmaine, where in the world are you? Because it's very different what you can get in Australia as opposed to what you can get in the States, as opposed to if you're willing to pay for it. I buy sticker paper. So my sticker paper is not home printable sticker paper. I am looking for some decent sticker paper myself because I don't like the ones I can get here in my local office shop. I have been using label paper previously, but I'm looking for better paper myself. So it's an ongoing thing, trying to find the right sticker paper. I did use some years ago from, what were they called? Paper Tray Ink, but I think they've stopped selling the way they used to sell. So I don't even know if you can get it through them. So I had a pretty big stash because I really enjoyed it. And I also liked, one of their papers was really good for using Copics on. And I don't think they sell that anymore, or they've changed it. So I've burnt through all my stash. So now I'm trying to find something that works for that. So I'm sorry I don't have any more great information for you. And I know people going into planner groups saying, what sticker paper is everybody using, is like, it's like, all I can say is don't go into groups and ask that. Do a search of the group first, because there are posts out there of people answering that. When I find something, I'll let everybody know. But I'm not afraid of ordering overseas. So I know a lot of people in Australia don't like to do it because of either customs and ship times and shipping costs. But I like to save my money and buy a lot of, like, I'll do a big shop overseas. I've always done it that way, just because I found that I can get different papers and things like that, which I can't get here. I'm glad Lockie's feeling better. Thanks, Cheryl, and there's a few other people who mentioned that as well. Thanks for looking out for Lockie. Yeah, he's very hard to sort of relax, because even though he's sick, he still bounces around. And he won't take anything to make him feel better. Like the other night, he was crying because he told us he had an owie, and he wouldn't take anything for it. So we've just got to sit with him and help him through and just sort of protect him as much as we can. Yeah, it's not fun when he's sick. Cheryl also mentioned, Diane, my spam folder even quarantines my outgoing mail. What's with, I mean, okay, quite honestly, I would never get through my email inbox if spam was, like, my spam filter wasn't a thing, because I get so much spam. And then as soon as I unsubscribe from 5, I get another 10 of them, and it drives me nuts because I miss important emails. But yeah, if you're waiting, that was in response to when I said if you're waiting on a reply from us, please check your spam mail, because there is a good chance that Michael has replied to you and it's just stuck in your spam folder. Love. Okay, I'm just reading all the comments about Sunday roast previews that I showed. Shopping list is perfect. Oh. Okay, if you buy the Forest Falls digital kit, will that allow you access to the kit exclusives like Beautiful You and other printables? No, it doesn't at the moment. But I might think about doing that on the Creative Kit, because that's basically a digital. It's not a digital version of our sub box that, like, because if I say that, people are going to expect it's exactly the same thing in it. It's not. It's its own version. But let me have a think about how to do that, because there's a lot of stuff in the back end of the system that I have to change to make that possible. But that's a good time to bring that up now, because as I'm about to release a whole bunch of digital bits and pieces. So let me just write that down so I don't lose, otherwise I'll forget. Digital kit, extras, access. Okay. Because the extra access really is for, like, subscribers. And I mean, if you're but then, like, the flip side of that is, if you subscribe today but you bought the Forest Falls kit because we don't have it in stock, then you will want the. Let me work that out. I'll have a chat with Michael and see what we can work out. I love the notepad. It's such a great functional bonus item. Good. I'm glad that people are enjoying it, because I find, like, I'll rip through that in like a month and I'll be like, oh, okay, I want another one now. So I'm glad that you're all loving that. Can't wait to get my first box. Woohoo! I'm sorry you had to skip, Tab. I have so many ideas for my PA stamps, but I don't stamp often because I hate the cleanup. Okay, Erin. One thing I do for the cleanup to make it really quick, because I used to feel the same way, is I get, I have baby wipes, and that's what I use to clean my stamp, so it's really quick. So I'll do one stamp on, so I'll do the stamp on whatever I'm stamping, and then I'll do 2 stamps on a blank piece of paper to get rid of the majority of the ink, and then I'll use the baby wipe, and then that's clean. And then at the end of the month, what I'll do is I'll take out any stamps that I have used throughout that month, and I'll give them a proper clean with a stamp cleaner. But I also don't mind if my stamps get a little bit stained, but that's going to happen with some stamp inks anyway. I would love some new ideas for the stamps. That's good to know. Is it the same in Australia as it is in Canada, where a shipment has to be under a certain price or the shipment gets held up in customs? Okay, so, and you have to provide tons of info for the shipment to get released. So it all depends. So firstly, customs changes all the time for everywhere overseas. I saw in another group over the weekend that somebody, a shop sort of got, a customer contacted them and got really cranky because they were charged customs. But as a shopkeeper, like, we send to so many countries, it's impossible for us to keep up on top of what what customs are for each individual country. But yeah, so when we get our stock coming in, we've got to supply so much paperwork, so much information, and then we've got to pay fees and duties on top of that. So when I say it's stuck in customs, usually it's that process that we're currently in. And because we receive part shipments, especially now because of Corona, we have to then explain that to customs, who are like, well, where's the rest of your stuff? And I'm like, well, you work with DHL, why don't you ask them? Or that doesn't go down too well. They don't appreciate the sass. But yeah, it's that's basically the process. So when I say it's stuck in customs, and we're waiting to receive their request for paperwork, or we're waiting for them to process it, or we're waiting for the payment to them to clear, or they're waiting for paperwork from us, which we've sent, and they just don't. Yeah, so it's this whole big process, and then it goes back into the line again, and we've got to wait for our turn to come up so that it can be cleared and processed through. Some months it happens really quick, like it'll happen in a matter of days. Other times it could take a week, and sometimes it'll say that it's held up in customs, but the boxes are stuck in Singapore or who knows where, and they're trying to pre-clear it, so that way we've already paid for the stock to get here by the time it reaches Australia, so it's not held up in a warehouse here somewhere. It's a mess. Okay. Oh yeah, Marianne, do check out Plum Mashable on YouTube. She does a great job. She also does live planning as well, which is a lot of fun to watch. Stamp ink bleeds through the page, so I struggle with it, but I still want to stamp. Okay, so what pages are you using? I use a 125 GSM, which is 32 pound paper. Is that the way you say it? 32 pound paper. Overseas. I use that because it's a nice thickness. It's not like your standard copy paper, which is, I don't know what copy paper is in pounds, but it's 80 GSM here in Australia. But I use that, and I also use, what's my ink? So my main ink, which is the black ink, is a VersaFine ink. And I use that all the time. I find it gives the best impressions with our stamps. Oh my gosh. The speech is slurring, people. I'm losing my brain. Sorry for that. I would love to watch you plan. Okay, so maybe I'll do that. I'll have a think about it. I'll see where I can schedule it in. Maybe I'll do one of my Monday morning lives could be a planning live instead, and I'll say every 3 weeks it's this planning live instead. Except the only problem is if I schedule that and I end up with a migraine and I can't do it, I've got to cancel it, and then that's cancelled for the month. And I'm definitely going to wait for my new equipment to turn up before I start doing that, because that'll make that setup a lot easier. And I think I'll need to get another camera. That's the other problem. I want to show a couple of viewpoints, so I might see if Michael will buy me another camera. That's going to go down well. But I love that you all love that idea. Even if I screw it up, he's still going to love it if I screw up, and I'll be like, no, I got to start again. I get what you mean about listening to yourself. I had to do that while virtual teaching. Definitely don't like hearing myself. Oh my gosh, Sam. Because I've never really cut up video, because, okay, when I show my videos on my lives, I'm like, people are so used to my ums and ahs during my lives. I'm just going to record it and chuck it straight up. Half the time I don't even listen to it. Again, because I'm like, I don't want to hear about myself. I just don't want to hear me. And which is why I'm so bad at doing the text updates on my lives, because I have to listen to myself again. I don't want to listen to me. Anyway, when I have been editing my what's going to be my YouTube tutorials, my YouTube proper like flip throughs and things like that, I've got to actually sit there and listen to myself, and I've got to scrub through and make sure that things are lining up properly. And I'm doing that because I wear my big headphones when I do it, so I can block out all the rest of the noise. But I've got to listen to myself over and over again, and so I can cut out my ums, my ahs, my all that sort of, my clicks and just weird habits that I have when I talk. Oh, I'm so annoying. I'm so... How do you watch me every week? Even if it's just a planning live, instead of a regular live once a month. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I personally love when the YouTube plan... Shh, my stomach is hungry. I personally love when the YouTube planners don't cut their mess ups. Oh, good. Okay. Oh, good. So you like my messy, oh man, I made a mistake. And to be honest, that's one of the things I get really nervous about doing the lives, because the last live I coloured something in wrong, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so used to working on my iPad now. Okay, I love that you do like the mess ups. Fruit fly, yeah. I am fruit fly goldfishing. Any updates on the melodies? I had to try. No, not this week. I can't give an update. It's getting closer though. It's getting closer. There's one coming soonish. That's all I can say. September 1 is very close. Do we know what the next kit is going to be? Okay, I ran out of time this morning because of my headache to do the preview up for the next kit. Sorry, please forgive me. But I will say, actually, I think I said the same thing. No. It's going, I think you're all going to love it, especially those who like being crafty. Let me leave it at that. That's your hint. That's all you get today. Next week I'll reveal not the full kit. I'll reveal the theme and all that sort of stuff. It's going to be fun though. It's a cute kit. It's colourful. I know that you're all loving the colours at the moment, so I'm keeping them bright and colourful. My kit just arrived. Yay! Oh, I'm glad the lighting is okay toned down, because my head's sort of calmed down a bit since I've turned it down. Yeah, I love the show and tell. There's so much talent out there. Sticky Stitch. Thanks, lovely. You pronounce the S as a SH sound. My name is not phonetic. Oh, okay. I will try and learn your name for next week, so post again. I always have heaps of papers left over, but I run out of die cuts. Yeah, well, that's when getting the digital kit will help add in die cuts. So that's the idea of the the creative kit. A creative digital kit will help out there. Oh, yay! I woke up late and stepped in here and yay, got featured in Show and Tell for the first time. Colour me happy. Yay! Well done! I love it when people get excited about being featured. Deck the Halls update, Christmas release questions updates. We're just waiting on stock. I did approve some stuff over the weekend, so it's a little while off, but there are things happening in the background. Kudos to Michael for his excellent customer service and not tearing his hair out. Yeah, he's doing an amazing job. I actually noticed I'm starting to lose hair, so I think I'm starting to stress. Because all this stress that's happened from this year is really starting to impact my hair. So I'm really nervous about getting it done, like my hair blonded again, because I don't want to lose any more hair. Yeah, he's doing great. The melody that I hinted at was not Woodland Wonders, and I can't talk about it. I may have gotten in trouble. You guys always get me in trouble. US is going through San Fran instead of LA, so I think that's making it faster. But that could be making it faster. That is interesting. Karen, I use baby wipes to clean my stamps as a go-to. It's super easy cleanup. I do the same. And also, because sometimes I might drop my my block into the ink as well. So I use the baby wipe to clean that up too. And I usually find that just using one baby wipe per project is plenty. So trying to be, as environmentally conscious as I can there as well. Do you do all the custom stuff yourself or do you use a broker? No, we do it all ourselves. Yeah, we do that all ourselves. For some of our stuff we use a broker, but the majority of it we do it all ourselves. Did you say you had a release date for any of your melody planners coming? I'm waiting to get one for Mother's Day gift, so I'm still waiting for that. My husband told me that my Mother's Day gift was your next Christmas planner one. Ooh. Christmas one is a little bit of time off because we're racing against the clock because our supplier is chock-a-block. We did have some early issues in the design and the print. You all know that I won't approve anything unless it's perfect, unless I'm really happy with it, especially for a melody release. I would rather have it a week or two behind than release something I'm really not happy with. So I approved some stuff over the weekend for that. So it is still a little while off because melodies take the longest to produce because we have an amazing supplier who is about quality. It takes a little bit longer, but that's why our melodies are second to none. They are such good quality, and I have had some people tell me that they're surprised that they're not genuine leather because they're like, even though it's a pleather, it's a really high grade pleather. I hate using that term pleather, vegan leather. I don't like really using leather myself. I like the fact that it's a bit more friendly. And that's one of the reasons, primarily because we did have the option to get proper leather. I mean, it was going to cost a lot more. So aside from it being quite cost prohibitive, I would rather stay using a vegan leather alternative because I have had that asked as well. You are not annoying. We love you. Oh, thank you, Dee. You're all asking for melody tips. Maybe I can show that next week. I'll ask Michael if next week's not too early. But it is coming up, so save some cash. There is a melody coming up. Okay, I totally feel that too when it comes to my work because I have to speak in front of a lot of people and I'm always anxious about messing up. I hope you know that you are doing a great job. Thank you, Molly. Yeah, I get really nervous and I have to psych myself up to do this because I don't want to say the wrong thing. I don't want to offend anyone. I don't want to upset anybody. And there is so much going on this year that there is... the last thing I want to do ever is to upset anybody. I want to make sure that I'm putting out more good into the world, and that I'm a positive influence and that I'm not making somebody's day worse. So I'm a people pleaser. So I like these lives, I really have to be careful of what I'm saying, so that, you know, I'm not saying the wrong thing that can be taken out of context, as what happens in life a lot at the moment. Well, not just at the moment, just in general. So, yeah, and when I'm crafting, I do let down my guard a lot. So, and I talk about just random junk when I'm crafting, because I do have Zooms with some girlfriends weekly, and we either work or craft through it. And it's, you know, I drop my guard down a lot when I'm in those situations. And it's something that I have to make sure that I'm camera ready, and I'm not camera ready when I'm crafting, and getting camera ready is an effort, because I don't enjoy wearing makeup, but I wear makeup for this because I've got the light on me and I look really pale without it. So anyway, insides to Sammy. Love the kit hint. Yeah, Karen, I think you're gonna love the next kit. Sammy, so this is from Heather. Sammy, can you add a masquerade kit type kit to the lineup? Yep, that's already in my I want to do list. I have a list of, how many's in there at the moment? Probably 2 years worth of kits, and in a list of them that I want to do. And some of them are from input that's either in a live or in our requests list. I've added them from there, but yeah, masquerade kit is definitely in there. Have you done a kit similar to Woodland Wonders but with Aussie flora and fauna? No, but I want to so badly. That is actually in, Michael wants to do it as a weekly kit first, because he's worried that a lot of people overseas won't really get into the Aussie side of it. I think it'll be beautiful. So I love when people mention it, because like I really want to do it, and I want to do like koalas and wattle and bottle brush and Banksias and all these beautiful things that I was taught about as a kid. So yeah, I really want. I'm gonna sneak one in. I'm just gonna do it. Okay. Hi, Caroline. Hi, late again. I know exactly how you feel. I stopped colouring my hair too. Oh, colouring your hair. Yeah. It's, I feel like I'm losing so much of it at the moment. I'm trying to love my hair. I just got some new shampoo, so I'm trying that. So my hair's a bit, I feel, this today. I'm sorry for all the custom questions. I'm trying to learn about the customs process. Oh, no problem. I mean, I have this live so that people can ask me questions. If I don't feel comfortable with the question, I won't talk about it. So, I know that sounds silly, but if something's going to trip me up or make me feel a bit too nervous, I won't bring it up. So I only answered it because that's fine. And I do talk a lot about stuff being in stuck in customs a lot, and yeah, we don't know, like, stuff we can get it released in a day. It might be a week or two, so no problem at all. I talk about hair fall issues. It's scaring a lot out of me, but there is so much stress due to this pandemic. You can't escape it for too long. Yeah, and I've got to do a video for something else, something that's coming up very, very, very soon. And I look at myself on camera at the moment. I'm like, oh, I need to have some hair again. Okay, sorry, asking again. Any plans on selling stamp or sticker storage albums? No problem about asking that. I did want to, so I fill up the ones from the previous kit. So the reason why we haven't done them again is because they were super expensive. And all of our costs have gone up this year for the box. So we're literally, it's very, very tight this year. And shipping. So they were very heavy. So especially the Northern Lights one, that was super, super heavy. I like, and the other thing is, it's we have to order them in such a high quantity, so I can't do them as a separate to keep in store, because it would take us a long while to clear through them, and space is an extreme premium right now because we've got this other Melody release coming through, we've got Christmas coming through, we've got other stuff in there, we've got all this past kit stuff that we want to ship out, that Corona has just made an absolute nightmare of our logistics this year. So I have mentioned it to Michael that I do want to do one, and maybe I'll be able to work something out. But I really want to do them again because I find them super versatile too. Using my mini happy planner, the stickers that is. Yeah, you had me at koalas. Ooh. I'm in Alabama and I would love an Aussie kit. Yay! Do it. I know you would do a beautiful job. Thank you. I think people overseas would love it. My small souvenirs, koala kangaroo key rings that I give out when holidaying overseas, are really popular. Oh, good. My scalp price. Oh, Erin, it's horrible. I honestly think mine's due to stress because I've been so stressed this year. It has not been a fun year for any business owner this year. Concerning the papers, punch them with a Happy Planner punch and use parts of the papers for memory keeping. Yeah, I do that too. I have a Happy Planner punch and a normal punch. To be honest, since I released the Melodies, I've gone from using a TN back to and discs, because I love discs. I've gone back to rings, which is really odd for me. I haven't used rings since I was in a Kiki K, like when I first started off planning, which was like 3 years ago. But I'm really loving the rings because they're so secure in the planners. Yeah. But I love that I can sort of punch them in and out, whereas a TN you sort of stick things in, and it's very, I mean, I love all sorts of planners. Except coils. I don't do coils. Only because I don't have the punch for it. Okay, Sammy, you are stunning the way you are. Oh, thank you, Heather. Hi, Ellen. Sorry you're late. I'm literally almost done. I was just about to do a last calls for any questions. I'd love an Aussie kit all the way up in Norway. Also, if I do an Aussie kit, there has to be fairy bread in it. Please tell me in the comments if you do or you don't know what fairy bread is. Because fairy bread is like my 6-year-old self life. and Vegemite. And Vegemite. If anybody saw me at Wild last year, so at Wild last year, I mean, I can't put Vegemite in because that's like IP infringement. Vegemite for me is like a staple of being an Aussie. When I went to Wild last year, my outfit during Planjama, I bought these Peter Alexander Vegemite pajamas, and then the Peter Alexander pajamas come with like a bag so that you can stuff them in and like overnight and have them in your just like have them under your pillow. And then, oh my gosh, you all don't know what fairy bread is. Okay, hold on, I will tell you in a second. So, and then what I did was I stuffed a whole bunch of Vegemite into my bag, and I was walking, like dancing around and handing out Vegemite samples to everybody. So I've had people contact me since then going, oh my gosh, you were the Vegemite girl at Wild. And I'm like, yes, I am the Vegemite girl at Wild. Okay, so fairy bread is a normal, it has to be white bread. It can't be like, it can't be what's it called, like multigrain. It has to be like the most processed white bread you can find. And then butter on top of that. You have to have butter all over it. And then hundreds and thousands. So round sprinkles, they have to be the round ones. None of this like the long sprinkles. They have to be the multicolored round sprinkles all over the top. And it was like a staple from birthday parties growing up. More birthday parties now have a lot more healthy options, but you can almost always find fairy bread. I actually found a place that makes fairy bread earrings, and I want them. I want to make, maybe I need to make fairy bread PJs for the next, I don't know how I would do that, but for the next Go Wild, I need to go in fairy bread PJ, because fairy bread is like such a, but then again, I can't take samples of fairy bread. Maybe I can make fairy bread stickers. You're the Vegemite girl. I'm the Vegemite girl. I am the Vegemite girl. Oh, Karen. No. 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 Okay, Karen's just, she said that she's a Marmite eater. Marmite is like, I know, Karen, that you're like my New Zealand sister, or my brothers and sisters in New Zealand, like to Australia. There's this Australian rivalry that we get. We love our brothers and sisters in New Zealand. It's just this thing that you're brought up on. But Marmite, hun, no, don't do that to yourself. It's horrible. Vegemite, Vegemite, Vegemite. Fairy bread. Chocolate crackles. Oh my gosh, chocolate crackles. Okay, chocolate crackles are, there's two ways you can make them. But the main way is Cocoa Pops, which is like puffed rice. Puffed rice? Is it puffed rice? No, it's not rice. Puffed something. And it's like chocolate coated. And then you use, is it like Kofa butter? You can tell I haven't helped out at one of the kids' bake sales. And then you like put a whole bunch of them into a cupcake thing, a cupcake wrapper, and then you freeze them. Oh, so much sugar. My childhood is so much sugar. Maybe that's why I'm losing so much hair. Honey Joys. Honey Joys? What are they? Are they like honey jumbles? Or the other thing I think of it, like from my childhood, is the cupcakes with like the swirl. So the chocolate cupcakes with the swirl in white over the top, and it's got like the cream on the inside. No offense to my Aussie friends, but fairy bread sounds awful. It's definitely a sweet tooth thing. I have such a big sweet tooth. I really want to go buy those earrings now. I really want those earrings. Yeah, it's funny. Bahaha, Marmite rules. No, Karen, no. Love butter on white bread, so might as well add sprinkles. You have to give it a try. Vegemite, Marmite. No, you guys are so funny. Sorry, I don't mean to say guys. This is what I say about dropping my guard. I fall into, guys is a very non-gender specific here in Australia. So I apologise, because I know in some places it's not used that way. And this is when I start to drop my guard. and this is what my planner lives would be a bit more like that, even though I don't mean to. I relax a little bit too much and I forget about stuff like that. Honey Joys are cornflakes made with melted butter, sugar and honey. Oh, yes. Okay. I've just never heard them like that. Heard them called Honey Joys. So, yeah, we had those. No, you don't bake the bread. It's just plain bread, butter, sprinkles. Go buy them and wear them next week if you can find a local. No, they're not a local. They're online. And even our within Australia postage can be up to a week to 2 weeks at the moment. Earrings with your rainbow cardigan. Erin, wouldn't that be cool as the main chick? Like a main girl with the rainbow cardigan and the... Okay, I need to do that. You guys is fine. I know it's fine for most people, but I know some people do get a bit upset about it. And I also try I don't know if you've noticed, but when I'm doing the show and tell, I'm using like they a lot as well, because I'm just trying to be very mindful about people's preferences and things like that. I'm doing my best. You guys is pretty common in a way to address a group. Yeah, and the other way that we do, like, babe was another thing. So babe, I mean, Michael's my babe. I don't see that, like, we don't see that as gender specific either, or even like at all. Anyone can be a babe. It's more a term of endearment than something that's gender specific. We use guys as gender specific, as non-gender specific here in Montana. Yeah. I was supposed to go to Montana this year and see Kaya, who was our old au pair for Lockie. I was so excited to see Montana. She was going to take me hiking. Oh my gosh, Caroline, toffees, fake toffees. So we used to buy them. So toffee, literally they're just like melted sugar, people. In a cupcake lid. Oh, I'm getting so hungry. It's lunchtime. And I remember the bell ringing, and you'd be like, oh, I've still got so much left, and you'd be so hopped up on sugar. So you'd put it up on the roof of your mouth, and you'd go into class and you'd be like, just trying to suck on this toffee and not swallow it and choke yourself, but at the same time not let the teacher see that you've got food in class. And and the teacher would ask you a question like, I'm sorry. Oh my gosh, this kit is going to bring in so many childhood memories for me. Oh, okay, I'm talking about the sprinkles in a container called baking sprinkles, not baking the bread. I don't know what the baking sprinkles are, but I might have to put it into I'll take a photo of them in my pantry, and I'll make some with Indy, and I'll put it on Insta stories for you all to see. Probably not today though, because today's a really hectic day because she's got ballet after school. I have the same struggle. I always use guys, but I've been trying to use y'all recently. Yeah, see, y'all as an Aussie, we don't use that. That's weirder. Like that like, and even some people have said to me, you can't say y'all because you're not American. Kofa is, I don't even know what it is. Like, it's a melting cooking thing that literally all I know is it's to bake sugary stuff. I say babe all the time because I can't remember a name. Yeah. Okay. Kofa is coconut-based solid fat. I'm just going to pretend that I didn't read that. Sprinkles are pure sugar. Oh, yeah. None of these treats are good for you. There's a good reason I'm not skinny. I like my treats. I have a sweet tooth. Yeah, in New Zealand they're called hundreds and thousands. In Australia that's what they're called too. That's all I know what they're called, is hundreds and thousands. Whoa, do you remember kids' parties in the 80s? They hung donuts off a string off a Hills Hoist crossing line. Wow, we never had that. Y'all is southern. Yes, I know y'all is southern. And I love it. I have a thing for accents. I love accents, and I love when I'm watching lives. I love the accents coming out. So your face when you found out what it was, yeah. I love listening to accents, and I think that y'all sounds really weird with an Aussie accent, but I love it like with an American accent. And I'm not going to try and do an American accent here because I will completely botch it up. If you want to see me botch up what I'm saying, watch me on a Planner Deco live, because that's when I get really relaxed and sound like an idiot. Yeah, it sounds gross, but so good in things like coconut ices. Yeah, it really is. Okay, I'm going to have to stop hanging out and chatting with you all about yummy food because I'm so hungry. It's almost 1 p.m. here. I have a bundle of work to do. Michael is due home any minute, and he's going to have to do a whole bunch of work on his desk, which is literally right here. And he said to me this morning, I lose a whole day worth of work because of your lives. And I'm like, I'm sorry. Because he drops the kids off at school. Well, look, he has a special bus, but he drops Indy off at school. He comes back. I do all my pre-videos for my live in the morning. So he can't use this area because I can't have him typing. And then I do my live for like 3 hours. Well, it feels like 3 hours. Okay, it's like an hour and a half. Oh my God, it's been an hour. Sorry, I'm not supposed to say that. Oh my goodness, it's been an hour and a half. I'm so sorry. Oh my goodness. Sorry. Okay, I'm going to head off because I need to get some work done. But anyway, thank you all so much. Aussie is my... Okay, hold on. Let me just read the last few comments. Australian is my favourite accents. I do accents and people always say they don't even know what my real voice sounds like because I love accents so much. I love accents. Have a great night and get well. Thank you. Instead of that's so 90s, we should have that's so Aussie. I love that idea. Okay. I have a niece who for the longest time believed her name was Barbara because I was watching an Australian drama. Her name is Aubrey. I love the name Aubrey. Thanks for the live. It made my cramps livable. Big hug, Marianne. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Have a wonderful, wonderful week, and I will see you all next week. I've already put the live link up for next week, so make sure to set a reminder. I'm trying to get ahead. Remember these things. Anyway, have a wonderful week. Hug your loved ones. Remember your social distancing. Stay healthy and take care. Bye.